boys and girls, we finished project number 2. Finally, it is number 2 because we started the other one first.
Thought you meant,
technically, it's
thought you meant
project number 2.
Number 9.
This is number 9. Finally, we can give you our final tour. Me and Ed finally got our hands dirty, did some landscaping at the front. Everything's been tidied up, everything's looking nice inside. So this will be our last tour. We've had some really exciting news today. So you've got to hang on till the end to find out what that is and see the numbers. But come and have a look at Hinkley Holmes' second development that's finished first. So come and have a look at room number 1. Finished. I can't remember what it looked like when we last showed you, but it's finally all done. So we've obviously, the Wi-Fi's been installed, that's why this is open. It's on the floor with a nice big fat password so no one doesn't know what it is. We've obviously had all the painting finished. We've gone for some feature walls in the rooms and weren't sure whether to leave it white or put some colour in it, but we decided with colour. We've had an absolute mad couple of weeks where we furnished all the property, staged all the property ourselves, and then had the photographer come and do our professional photos, which nearly killed both of us. We've had a bit of a debate of what we were going to do with the rooms and how we were going to do it for the guests, because we weren't sure whether to put bedding on and have like quilts and duvets and stuff ready, but we decided not to. The reason we did that is because I think with it being a HO, we're so used to doing SAs that we like fully furnish everything, but this isn't it. With it being an HMO, it's not necessarily our responsibility to have bedding, and then if you have things, when they get damaged, it means it's our responsibility to replace them. So we've put all the main wardrobes and everything in the room, in the kitchens we've done dryers and everything like that. But obviously we haven't put like cutlery, pans, pots, bedding. This is the bathroom. So as you remember, 6 bed, all en suite. And then we've got shared kitchen living.
Straight into room 2, guys. You'll pretty much be able to spot and see that it's replicated throughout, the same furniture, same bed, all good stuff. One thing to note in this particular bedroom and some of the other doors, it's crucial that we've had to change the barrel to make sure that this is a thumb turn lock, just to make sure that any door on a fire escape needs to be a thumb turn lock, so that guests, or tenants in this case, should there ever be an emergency touchwood, are obviously able to just thumb turn it and get out.
Kitchen diner time. So we've gone for like a living room / dining room in here. We think this is really important. I think this is like mine and Ed's like personal thing. We wanted our guests and tenants to have like a nice space where they can sit and chill and watch TV, but we also think it's really important to have like an area where you can sit and eat as a group. Obviously we didn't have to do that, the space isn't huge in here, we could have just put a sofa and some more chairs and had a living room, but I think me and Ed want our guests to feel like they can sit and eat. That was really important to us, that there was like a nice communal space that everybody can enjoy. So yeah, they've got this nice little area here, obviously got the fridge in there as well, and then the TV.
Right guys, now we're straight into the kitchen space. Heart and soul of a house, right? Really important. All we've done in here, really, and unfortunately, if I'm honest, is we've resprayed the cupboards. They look great, but we wish we went that step further. We wish we just put a whole new kitchen in. We have tiled out as well, which look nice, and we put a new tap, but we wish we put new worktops in, to be honest, because they don't stand out like a sore thumb, but you can definitely recognise or realise. Yeah, in the kitchen, so as Laura's mentioned, we really like to focus on our tenants' usability and the way they like to utilise the house. So naturally, you need to think about what sort of amenities we have in here, how much fridge freezer space there is in here. We've got 2 in here. We've got a washer, a dryer, we've got a dishwasher, and then we ummed and ahed about how far we go in terms of what do we put in here. Obviously, we're very familiar and used to setting up our SAs where we fully kit out the kitchen. I think Laura touched on it at the start of the video. We've obviously put a toaster, kettle, microwave in here, but we've refrained from putting cutlery and other utensils, pots and pans, not because of the cost, obviously we don't mind that, but because we are then essentially retaining or obtaining ownership of that item, and if anything was to go wrong or faulty or break or they lost it, we'd be getting a text, and that's what we don't want I want them to be able to sort that for themselves. If they need something, they can go get it, as opposed to messaging us, because at the end of the day, it's not a cost that we're bothered about, it's the time burden and ownership of these little things.
Room 3 was pretty clever because originally their ensuite was the family bathroom, so we moved the door forward so that it then became the exclusive ensuite for this room. It doesn't look it, but this is probably one of the smaller rooms, but then obviously it's got the huge bathroom in this as well. It also allowed us a little bit of extra space where we got a little built-in wardrobe for them as well. Moving through rooms 4, 5 and 6, as you can see, we've kept them all the same with the feature walls. They've all got nice big ensuite bathrooms, the same finish, same standard in all of them. We've used our furniture packs. You might not know this, but we also offer a service providing furniture packs, and we use these packs in our developments and a lot of our essays as well. So these are wardrobes, chest of drawers, side tables and beds and headboards, as well as the mattresses as well. We offer free delivery and they come fully assembled. So head over to our website if you want to have a look or you're interested in this. It's something additional we offer. But we're overall really happy with the finished look of the property.
You're going to break the sofa.
That's not very nice. Oh, no.
It's like going to do the egg all over again.
Right, so we're doing question time essentially, and then just downloading our thoughts on the project, how we feel about it and where we're at right now. So Law, what would you do and what would you not do again?
What I would do is put the boiler in our secret boiler place, which we've not shown you, because I just think that was a good idea and a good utilisation of space, so we didn't have to use it in the house. What I wouldn't do is the kitchen's annoyed me. That, like, the whole finish of the house is really nice. Everything's pretty much brand new and redone, except for the worktops in the kitchen. And I think it was annoying because the builders and everyone told us they were like leaving there fine, but over time they've just got more and more damaged, haven't they? With like trades putting like dust, dirt, putting all their stuff on it. They've got more scratched. The tilers came and they kind of suggested to us, oh no, it'll be all right. And then it's definitely got worse from them doing it.
Well, I think that's a really good, interesting point to note. There's two things there. Is one, I've lately learned not to trust the wrong people, which sounds obvious, but sometimes you think if someone's got experience in a certain field or they're an authoritative figure, that what they say is gospel and should be right. And realistically, that's, I think, got us burnt and stuck. Even when I thought, I'm not sure about that, but you roll with it, that's landed us in some dirt quite a few times. And then another thing is, everyone's standards are different. So to some people, especially when a lot of the trades or lads hear, oh, it's a rental. When people like hear rental, oh, it's a rental, they think that the standards shouldn't be as decent. So like, oh, for a rental, it's fine. Don't throw money at that. When realistically, we're like, no, we obviously have high quality standards. And yeah, like Laura said, that's one thing we both share, isn't it? We definitely wish we did the worktops. They stand out a bit, to be fair.
When it's perfect.
When
I think, like you said anyway, once they put their own stuff on it and their own bits
that'd
and
be
bobs,
fine.
you won't notice it. It's
But
just
what we
we've
do
got a really picky eye
for next time. Well, like you said, what you do different for next time.
What about you?
Ooh.
Don't copy me.
Oh, you got the good ones. I know off the bat what I wouldn't do for next time. It's not really in terms of the physical appearance of the property, but I would not ever, and I will not ever, this is probably over the two properties that we've developed, I would say developed out, is I will never ever not get a principal contractor in ever again, because I think it's cost us more money than a principal contractor would anyway, which is a joke. Definitely been longer, and the amount of energy, time, exhaustion and that I've spent on doing this is way too much. Bearing in mind we've got like 55 flipping service accommodations to manage, other developments ongoing, other HMOs to manage. You know, it's just not been a great utilisation of my time at all. I'm very, very stressful. Having said that, learned an incredible amount, and without going through this, what I would call the rough, I wouldn't know what to do right the next time, which I think in our third development, the next 8-bed commercial to resi, I think, I don't want to jinx it, but touch wood, we've got off to a flying start there and we're not even involved in it. So buzzing about that. That's definitely what I wouldn't do again, and that's definitely what I will probably never do again in my life.
I think we thought we'd like learn more, didn't we? We're like, oh, if we manage them all separately, we can like understand the trades a little bit more. Like,
and we learned loads.
But I also feel like when we started doing it, we were like, we just can't. This isn't all stuff we can kind of know about. So it's better just to have one person just sorting it and doing it, like you said, instead of probably trying to get more knowledge on to learn if we were going to do it ourselves or managing it going forwards and stuff. Does that make sense? Like, just one person's.
Yeah, that's definitely what I would never do again.
What would you do, Negative Nelly?
What do you mean, what would I do?
What would you keep?
What would I keep?
Or what are you happy with?
What I'm happy with? I'm happy with the numbers on this project, to be fair, which rolls us straight up. I'm always just
I'm like, I like the boiler.
I like the numbers, mate. Yeah, we should probably roll straight into the numbers then, because we did promise you some numbers, didn't we?
You did.
Well, to be fair, just before the numbers, a little teaser, a bit about being real and where we're at. We've got the last few tiny bits to do, like bottom step needs to be carpeted, blindsman needs to come in. We're conducting viewings today. We've had a viewing this morning, which went tremendously. Looked like a good sound group of contractors. One group taking the 6 rooms. That's how we always do it. And the reason is because
we just don't want to be messy with like different people not getting on and not being friends and leaving, or not treating it as a home because they don't care about it. But whereas if we've got like a nice group of friends that all like each other and respect each other, then they're going to respect the house and respect the space they're sharing, keep it tidy for each other.
It's more. It's just a more harmonious home, isn't it? You know, they look after each other. They're willing to clear up. You know, I say we've all been there. I've certainly been there. I've been in shoddy HMOs where the person before you doesn't look after the kitchen. So you're like, well, I'm not cleaning up their mess. Whereas people that get on together and know each other at least, but these guys work together and get on together, it creates a much more harmonious home, which means less friction and drama for us to deal with. And generally, it's just much more passive. People think that just getting a HMO is getting a HMO, but crucially, the way in which your HMOs are managed determine pretty much how much energy you're going to need to exert into that property, or at least managing the tenants, and also has a knock-on effect on your return on investment, basically, doesn't it? So that's why we do that. So yeah, we've had a mint viewing this morning. So mint that we were considering cancelling our viewings that we've got this afternoon, but we're not going to do that because we don't want to leave ourselves open and vulnerable should, when we run our reference tenants checks on this first group, should anything crop up that we're not too happy with. So we will conduct the viewings this afternoon, which means I will miss football training. but yeah, it's for the better. It's for the better, isn't it?
Right, numbers then.
Numbers! Oh, go on then, should we test you?
Oh no.
What are the numbers, babe?
Oh, he brought it for 120. It's gone
I
for
wish.
230. No, I don't actually know.
Yeah. Well, I think, first of all, on the rent thing, then we should probably talk about rent roll. A lot of the contractors where we are price their room on weekly, so we've priced it weekly. Normally, we've consolidated that into a monthly price, so it's £165 a week per room, bearing in mind it's a 6-bed, all-en-suite HMO. And they were absolutely flabbergasted with the finish as well, weren't they? They were like, wow, we've never seen one like this, which was nice. But that totals £4,290 a month. So 4.3k revenue a month, which is pretty phenomenal, if I do say so myself. I know there's other big boys out there doing mad numbers, but considering I was working here not too long ago, that's like far exceeds what I was bringing in terms of annual salary. But there are obviously overheads to knock that off, guys. We've got our mortgage costs, which will be considerably more after we refinance. And then we obviously need to pay for the bills, council tax, all that, yada, yada, yada. Put a cleaner in here once a month. And we already have that infrastructure as well. So we run our SAs and other HMOs from here. So having a cleaner in once a month is not too much of a cost burden. If anything, it's very good, it's very valuable because they keep an eye on the house for us. Let us know if they're looking after it, basically. Any maintenance issues cropped up that tenants might not say. Because you'd like to think that people do let you know of maintenance issues, but sometimes they just get on with it. And we're not shady, crappy landlords, we'd actually rather know So the longevity and preservation of the house, let alone just retention of the tenant. But yeah, so £4,290 per month revenue, voila. And we bought this property for £248,000. I do not know how much we spent on it, to be honest. I will definitely put that up. Because one thing I have done wrong is like, it's been so messy and merging between the two developments we've got ongoing at the moment. I'm gonna have to decipher what we spent on this property and what we spent on the other property. So I will, I'm hopefully gonna put it up what we spent here. And then we're having it revalued, right? So we don't know what that figure will be. Again, we'll put that up here because that should be in the next couple of weeks. And to be fair, we've done so many videos leading up until now and we haven't released one, guys. So I don't know when you're gonna get this. But hopefully we'll definitely have all the numbers back in. So hopefully we remember to put all the figures up here. Yeah, hopefully they're super sexy. We obviously don't know what the figures are. I'm really happy with the rent roll anyway, to be honest. If we get and pull a large sum of capital out from the refinance, which I do think we will do, and that'll be awesome. But I'm glad that this project's coming to a close. Next one shortly after, another one shortly after that, and we've got offers on the table, obviously. So real exciting times. Stay tuned. We've got so much more coming. Yeah, you sign off.
Like, follow, subscribe,
Share.
Instagram at EJ Property,
Nice.
at Lora the Property Explorer. Just do that.
See you next time, guys.
And girls.
Guys is just a generic term now, isn't
You have
it?
to say girls too.
Guys and girls. But then we're segregating guys. We're guys. Are we guys? Yeah.
Let's keep in property.